Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Miss Marvel Season 1, Episode 5, Time and Again. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. And one of the videos, my vast video library, pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you feel like gambling, you can hit that bell down below, and YouTube may or may not notify you when I come on live. Best thing to do is go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I put up there. I change it out every week. I mostly stick to it. And also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All righty. Let's get to it, shall we? Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. Give you enough time to pause, stop, do whatever you want to do. All right. That's enough of that. So this is the shortest episode out of the series so far. It's 35 minutes long. And we go back into the past, of course, to India, the partition. And we meet, of course, the younger version of Aisha and Hassan and see them get, meet and, of course, have Sana and all of this. What we don't see is why Aisha has all these stigmas about her, like she supposedly has broken up families and that she's had multiple multiple husbands and families and whatnot. All these things that we had heard about her in the first couple of episodes. None of that comes into this episode at all. It just is a vehicle to kind of drive forward. I don't know what, quite honestly. It seemed kind of out of place again. This would be great again in a sitcom or a half hour, Disney Channel. Like, I keep going back to this, unfortunately, because this is what it feels like. Show. It doesn't feel like a Marvel show. And we end up, of course, going back to the train station, 1947. We see that so now I'm blanking on her name. All of a sudden, we see Najma has appeared and has followed them to the train station, and she stabs Aisha. And little Sana gets separated from her father, who is walking with a cane because he's got a bad leg, and she's crying. And who shows up but Kamala? Because of course she's got she got her bangle stabbed, and she finds Sana, and she is the one that actually helps Sana activate the bangle and uh have the stars, she says, light her way back to her father, when basically all it really does is it pushes aside some people so that her father can find her. And then of course Kamala ends up back into the present where the fight had been happening, and of course everyone's knocked down now at this point from the amount of power that got dispersed from the bangle being stabbed. And of course now there's a rip in the veil, and Najma is going to go home. uh Faria is the first one that actually steps up to the portal. She turns into a crystal and then immediately just disintegrates. So of course that's not going to work. And as Najma's like going towards the veil, the portal again, and Kamala screams at her that no, don't do it, because it's going to you're going to rip open the fabric of the veil, and the Nora is going to take over our world. Blah 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 blah. So Najma says no, I can close it. Why she all of a sudden has a change of heart, I don't know. No one knows. Probably because next week is going to be the season finale. Um, Kamala brings up, her Cameron, uh, who is hiding out with Bruno at this point, and um, she all of a sudden has a change of heart. All of a sudden, that she cares about Cameron, even though she just kind of left him for dead in the damage control facility. And somehow or another, she ends up closing the veil portal, but not before she passes on some kind of power. Somehow, we don't know what kind of power to Cameron, some power that she never had before, that she somehow, I don't know, puts in her will to give to Cameron. Anyway, and one of the damage control, back in Bruno's place, um, one of the damage control, or Stark actually, drones is outside of Bruno's place, sees Cameron, is getting ready to fire. Cameron has a burst of energy that goes out, and the drone ends up instead blowing up the store underneath, and that's where we leave off on the episode. Not a great episode at all, quite honestly. Doesn't answer any questions. All it does is that we got Kamala. She gets her scarf out of all of this. We also get her mother sees that her using her powers, and now understands that she's Nightlight, and is strangely fairly accepting of it. Whereas I thought her mom was just basically going to go off on her at this point, but no, she's now okay with it. And this kind of brings all these three generations of women together. um Now they see that the bangle works in action and all this stuff, and that Sana, the grandmother, wasn't lying about all the magic that was happening. And even though you think she would have been really fucking bitter at this point for all the decades she's been saying that yes, the magic is real, and now everyone finally believes her after seeing saying that she was crazy all these years. Anyway, it's just a complete and total 180 on everything that you already had the character set up to do in the first place. And I'm going to say it's bad writing. It's just plain bad writing. Which is a shame because I actually want to see what this character is going to do. And I don't know. I mean, now at this point, this is not my favorite Marvel series. It's at the bottom right now, and I really, really, really have low expectations for She-Hulk right now too, because if this is what's going to happen writing wise, and She-Hulk's supposed to be a comedy, and it's going to be a half-hour sitcomish kind of comedy. Oh fuck, man! This is going to be horrible. Um, Yeah, not holding out any hopes for the season finale here of this. Yeah, and again, it's going kind of like I predicted a couple episodes ago, that she's just getting pieces of her costume together, that she will have her powers by the final episode. She will have her full costume at the final episode, and she'll become the superhero, if you will, at the final part of the final episode, and that's where we're going to leave off on this. Um, it's fairly disappointing, quite honestly. It really is. And yes, I understand they wanted to go through and share the culture. They wanted to talk. There were so many other ways they could have started with this. Quite honestly, they could have started with this episode, and not even, they could have truncated it a bit and just given you that history of it, and then gone into today and started just building up from there. But they kind of wasted an entire episode and gave us nothing for those characters, and then just turned around other characters that they already established for 4 other episodes. Yeah, anyway, I'm just going to end up ripping it apart at this point, so more so that I already have. She also gets her little lightning bolt symbol, because her name on her her little doodad that she had around her neck, around her necklace, the trinket that she had there fell off, and it became a little lightning bolt symbol, like what she ends up having on her uniform, on her costume, and yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I said, it wasn't the best episode. It was not my favorite. It's not my favorite series, Marvel series. So, with that said, what else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow I'm going to be off. Friday is going to be the season finale of The Boys. That one I actually have high hopes for because it's been firing on all fucking cylinders. It really has. Saturday I'm going to be off. Sunday is going to be the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff you guys want to talk about. We talk about it. Or it could be also spoiler alert, depending on how much news there is. And it's most likely going to be Saturday Morning Blast Off, just because some of the news that's coming out. Monday will be Westworld. Tuesday will be Is It Worth My Time? It's going to be Thor, Love and Thunder. And then Wednesday we roll back around again to the season finale of Miss Marvel. Sirius says, I've never seen the show, but with such a glowing recommendation, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, Sirius, it's I'm disappointed in this. The character is actually a decent character and well written in the comics, and they just kind of trashed that entire thing. And I don't know, it's just very disappointing. There very is. I know other people are enjoying this series. I understand that, and I'm not. So yeah. And I agree with you, Penn. The boys do set a high standard. They set a very high standard, especially in the writing category. So, yeah. Um, a Penn says, I don't think it's that bad, Siri, but then I never watched Disney. You never watched the Disney Channel, the old sitcom stuff that they had. Um, yeah, it's really bad, the sitcom stuff. It really is. And this honestly feels like that, you know. I was shocked when you called The Lord of the Rings for a new generation. Yeah, I would have never called this that, you know. Although I'm not a fan of Lord of the Rings either, so I know, blasphemy, blasphemy. Anyway, um, with that said, so tomorrow I'm gonna actually go see Thor: Love and Thunder on Thor's Day, because that's when you're supposed to see Thor is on Thor's Day. Um, no, I ended up getting tickets. I think they, added another theater at the last minute. The theater that I'm going to, and so it was completely empty. I think there was only like 3 seats that had been sold, and so I was able to get you know, theater seats right in the middle of the theater, which is awesome. So I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. And plus it's, early, so I don't, do the old man thing and fall asleep during it and all that stuff. And you know how it is. Anyway. Sirius says it'll be your first Thor in theaters, huh? All right. You never seen any of the Thors in theaters? I mean, Ragnarok was awesome in the theater. It really was. I actually watched the very beginning of Ragnarok since it was on Disney Plus last night. I watched up until Hela comes out and starts killing everybody in Asgard. That's about where I pieced out. It was late when I started it. Sirius says, in my defense, I think I lucked out on the first 2. The first one's actually good, Sirius. I like the first Thor. The second one, I'll grant it, it's a little bit on the mediocre side. And of course, Ragnarok just rocks. It really does. You saw it on your phone? Ew. And Logan you watched on the phone? Wow. Yeah, Logan I saw in the theater as well, and luckily there were no sharp instruments anywhere near me because, fuck, I can't watch that movie ever again. It's a good movie, but it's just depressing as fuck. So makes you want to cut yourself so you can feel. No one should be doing that, by the way. Um, that's all I got for you guys tonight. I'm gonna let you guys go for the rest of the night. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my fast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there and hit that share button and the like button as well before you take off there. Also, share Allura, if you're out there, send me your address so I can send you some stuff. Okay. And what else do I have here? Oh, yeah. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. Sirius says, I don't hate any of them. I just never really followed comics as a kid, wasn't allowed. So I don't know much about Thor or characters like Miss Marvel. Okay. All right. What was your dream movie? Sirius? Miss Marvel or Thor Ragnarok? I am looking forward to this Thor movie, though. It looks pretty fucking funny. And just to see Russell Crowe as Zeus, that just makes me laugh too. But anyway, thanks everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. See me on Friday. There we go. Oh, Logan. Okay, got it. I'll see you again on Friday. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may just realize that bangle you picked up from your grandmother may or may not, work the way you think it's going to. Maybe not have mystical powers, but sometimes it does. And I don't know. It has a whole complicated backstory that you're not going to really get into because you don't have any time. It's pressed for time, so it gets anyway. It's a whole long story about it. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again on Friday. God, I keep saying that wrong. I'll see you on Friday. Have a good rest of your night. Stay safe, be well, take care. Wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, get the boosters as well. They don't work without the boosters. And stay safe out there. Thanks, everybody. See you on Friday. Have a good rest of your night. Good night.